Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could, look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
When coaching your team or coaching to a concept of better team development, so often people will make nebulous or ambiguous comments such as, you've got to be a better teammate, or we've got to use teamwork more effectively. What does that mean? So when we think about teamwork, what if everybody wrote down their definition of teamwork? What if everybody had a different version of what teamwork or good teammates were? Wouldn't we then have a discord, even though it wasn't our intention? A lot of times we hear the same thing with this thing called communication. Well, he's got to get better at communication. Communication's a big topic. So let's go back to teamwork. And I would say with teamwork, one of the toughest things with teamwork is to not leave it open for interpretation. So here's a great activity you can do with your team. Get everybody together, get a whiteboard, and ask everybody on a note card or a piece of paper to write down, what does teamwork mean for them? What does it mean for them? What is good teamwork? Have them define it. Once they have a definition, have them draw a line horizontally underneath their definition and write down 3 actions people need to take to support the definition they wrote down. Then have everybody start to go up on the whiteboard and write it down. Now the goal, which can be a little bit cumbersome, is to take all the definitions and to write them into a solid, cohesive, collaborative definition, meaning use as much as you can from everybody. And once you have a definition that everybody can agree to, here's the cool thing. You can then have an understanding of expectation. So let's say we have 10 people on our team, we take everybody's definitions, we can have them verbally share, write it on the board, and then we start to write a cohesive definition that everybody can agree to. And then once you get that definition by asking everyone, so is there anything else we would add or delete from this definition? Can we all agree this definition makes sense for us? Once you have that, here's the cool thing. You can then ask people to share what are 2 to 3 actions we need to take to support that definition. Once you have that done, you have the definition, you have the actions that support the definition. Now you've got criteria to coach to. Now you've got expectations. Here's the other thing you can do, which is really cool. Once you have that definition, once you have the actions defined that support that definition, you create what is called a rule of engagement. So everybody, what is our rule that when we see a teammate that's not supporting our definition or maybe not exhibiting the actions we'd like to see in a teammate, what's a safe phrase we can all use that we all agree we will not take defensively? So I actually do this with my volleyball teams. I've done it with a high school volleyball team. So when kids are not exhibiting the definition of a great teammate, or they're not exhibiting the actions that support that definition, what's a phrase we can all use that we agree we will not take defensively? What this does is it erodes conflict, it erodes the interpretation of accusations, and it allows people to challenge one another to support this thing we all defined. So here's really the philosophy behind this. See, what you're really doing is you're having people co-author a definition. You're having them co-author something called change. And when you co-author it, you can't later say, well, I didn't agree to it. So the rules again are, you define it, you do not move on to the actions until everybody agrees. That's a solid definition we can all live with. Then you go to the 3 to 4 actions that support that definition. Once you're done with that, you ask, is there anything we would add or delete? Can everybody agree this is going to be our team doctrine? This is going to be our team mission. Once you have that, not only do you have expectations and things you personally can coach to, but then you create that rule of engagement. So you allow peer-to-peer feedback and communication to be done in a safe environment because they authored it. Good luck.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.